Hello, YouTube. It's JF Kennedy here, bringing you a beta for the Elder Scrolls Online. We're gonna go ahead and start a new character. Let's do the Aldemary. So yeah, it's beta for Elder Scrolls Online. The NDA's been lifted. So everyone's free to record and broadcast and show it off. The open beta is coming soon. What shall we choose? I'm thinking either Orc or Khajiit, actually. Well, I guess if I want to do Aldemary, I gotta do Khajiit. So, alright. Khajiit it is. And what should we name him? Got my daughter here sitting with me. What should we name him, Shay? A lion? Yeah, he's a lion. Rar, that's right. Yep. Should we name him Rar? Rarcy. And he's going to be a sorcerer. So I'm also doing this on my new computer. Had this computer up now for about a week. Just over a week, I think. I think I did it last Friday. Is when I got the parts. So it's everything is on ultra high. Got high, high, ultra, high, and ultra. Boom, and everything's on. So we're gonna see how pretty the game is. I played it a little bit yesterday. It was... Whoops. Ah, wow. Did I really just do that? Okay, it saves it. Hurrah for a smart game. So when I screw up... Alright. Anyway, so yeah. It's an i7-4771 processor. Asus 780 video card. And then an Asus motherboard. I don't know which one. One of their gaming boards. But yeah, so that was my tax return. It's kind of nice being able to record at 90 frames a second while playing the game. And actually, let's go ahead and turn that off. There we go. Okay. What, Shay? Sit down. Okay, so I think we've got him all set. Gotta rename him. If I can spell, what did I name him? Rarcy? I think that's what I said. Great. And here we go. So, as far as I know, the beta here is the first couple hours of the game, I guess. It's the tutorial and then your starter missions. I don't think they've unlocked any more of the world after that up to this point. That's from what I've been hearing anyway. So, basic tutorial, I don't know, kind of... You know, usual. Kind of a Skyrim-ish, normal Elder Scrolls type UI, which is convenient. For anyone that's played the Elder Scrolls games, you know.
Slowly now. You've been through an ordeal. Take a few moments to collect yourself.
By the way, just go ahead and say this right now. Spoilers! If you don't want to, you know, get yourself spoiled in the game before it comes out, just go ahead and turn the video off right now. I'm warning you.
Like you, I am a prisoner in this place, yet so much more. I am the past and the future, both. I am despair and hope. The tapestry we weave is a complex one. You cannot hope to see its pattern in its entirety. Not yet. You must rescue me, and I, in turn, must rescue you. You must escape from this cell, take up arms, and protect yourself. Then find Lyris Titanborn.
But who is that? Who am I supposed to find? And disappears.
Let me open your door.
He's actually supposed to have more conversation. I don't know if they just took that out for the beta or what, but he didn't just like disappear before. When they only had this part.
Forged beyond these cells. Arm yourself.
Sprint runs out way too quick. And cool thing, you can pick any of the weapons. It doesn't limit you on which starter weapon you can have. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, I already know how to do that. Yeah, I already know how to do that. The alt button for exit's kind of different.
An enemy approaches.
You can hit escape as well, so.
Do not slow the vestige. With the passing of time, any indecision becomes decision.
I roared at him and he disappeared, broke. Run! So, yeah, game's kind of pretty for a dungeon.
Another enemy blocks the path ahead. Dispatch it quickly.
It's kind of nice that they do that as well. Give you a heads up of they're attacking. Right, go ahead and Magicka. Yay, and I get to pick my skill. Alright, Daedric summoning. Unstable familiar. Cool. Mage Fury. Yep, I think we're gonna do that one. New spell. Oh. Alright.
You've got more meat on your bones than most of these poor bastards, and I see you've armed yourself. Good. A fellow prisoner. The name's Lyris. What? Who told you to find me? The Prophet. He spoke to you? What did he say? Ha! That sounds like the Prophet, all right. He's a prisoner here, too. It was very dangerous for him to speak to you, even for a moment. You must think you can help me. Break him out, of course. Believe me, I can use all the help I can get. That blind old man is the only person alive who can help us get back home. Tamriel's a long way from here. Keep your weapon ready and stay sharp. This place is full of surprises. I'm sure you do, and I'll answer them as best I can. He's a strange one, no doubt about it, but he's the wisest man I've ever met. He sees things. The past, the future. If he told you to find me, he must have had a very good reason. You're obviously not in Tamriel anymore. Think of the most miserable, depressing place you've ever been in your life. That's paradise compared to Cold Harbor. And to top it off, well, there's no easy way to say it. You're dead. I don't know. Once we rescue the Prophet, he can tell you about the gods and the ways of oblivion. I don't understand any of it myself. A man named Manamarco. His worm cult is doing some kind of ritual back in Tamriel. They sacrificed you and everyone in this prison to the Daedric Prince Molag Bal. After you died, whatever was left showed up here. They call you the Soul Shriven. It means you're a slave and you'll spend the rest of eternity here in Cold Harbor, working under the lash of the Daedra. Unless, of course, you come with me. No, I wasn't sacrificed. The Prophet and I were brought here conventionally, if that makes any sense. But we're prisoners here, same as you.
Alright, let's go. So, I don't know. You guys are gonna have to comment if you want me to do speech for what I say as well. Or just shut up like I'm doing and...
The Ashen Mines are dangerous, but they aren't as heavily patrolled as the other routes out of the prison.
And shut up and let her talk and the other NPCs
Dearest
talk and do their
Technoborn
thing.
is a mighty and noble warrior. Trust in her. Courage vestige. Confidence.
Alright, let's
is a
fix one
beast
thing
that
here real
grows
quick.
two heads,
It
but
looks so
each
badass.
is cut off.
Okay, gameplay. We want auto loot on. And let's see. Okay, I think that's it. Cool. Alright. So, yeah, this is the first spot you actually see other players. Haven't really played a whole lot with other players.
Do not lose heart.
I
Vestige.
did a couple of quests
You are
before,
close now.
but it seems pretty cool. And the looting in this game, as far as I can tell, it's every player has their own loot.
We made it.
So as you're going around the land and you see like the barrels and crates and boxes and things that you can normally loot. Every player has their own, so it's not just first come, first serve. In this area, there's not a whole lot of loot. There's some a little bit later on. It's mostly just this area is designed to get you through, figure out how to play the game, that kind of thing. But yeah, there's a lot of loot coming up. And I did turn on auto loot, so it's not going to be that annoying pop-up every time I loot a container. This and that, but... And the combat system in this game, you know, straight, standard Elder Scrolls combat. It's even got the quick menu, so you can set up that stuff for your spells and consumables and things. It does have the 1 through 5. So you can do quick spells that way. Yeah. You get a lot of that where it's not last hit kill gets the loot like it is in some MMOs. It's like WoW.
Quickly, while he's
Warcraft.
blinded, we must get to the Prophet's cell.
A god of brutality.
First one to get the hit is the one that gets the loot.
Hurry.
When you're in a group, it is round robin style. I'm sure there's gonna be a way later to set it up so that watch watch out for red circles and red lines on the ground, so that, you know, you can do free-for-all or anything like that, but they don't really have much of a, in the way of, wow. Did you see that? That was cool. In the way of loot rolls or changing party settings or anything like that. It's just basic, you know, it's the beta, closed beta, so not a whole lot.
The door's warded. We'll never get in this way.
Whoops, wow, just rolled through her. By the way, she's
Damn
tall.
it. Destroying the Sentinel must have triggered these wards. We'll need to find another way in. Maybe Cadwell can help us. Cadwell is the oldest of the Soul Shriven. After years of torment, Soul Shriven usually go insane and turn feral. But not Cadwell. He was already insane before he left Tamriel. Mad as a box of frogs, but completely harmless. You'll see.
And he's my favorite NPC so far.
Cadwell sees things as he wishes them to be. To him, Cold Harbor is a wondrous place. It's his home. And he knows it like the back of his hand. He's usually down by the river. Let's go find him.
Let's go find Cadwell. So, typical to the Elder Scrolls games, they do get a very large, very well-known cast for their characters. And if you can't tell who this guy is that does this voice, go watch any movie from the 80s.
Hello, what's this? Out for a stroll then? Lovely day for it. Sir Cadwell, yes, indeed, a pleasure. And fair Lyris, good to see you, my dear. How are you then? Oh dear, well that is inconvenient, isn't it? Tell you what, I happen to know another way in. Much more of a scenic route. Rather a fun little jaunt, actually, full of traps and corpses and nasty beasties filling up the bits in between. Rather cautiously, I expect. Watch your step, hold your nose, and do mind the traps. There'll like as not be a fair dose of running and skull bashing as well. Follow the river. You'll find the door to the Undercroft at the water's end. Once you're inside, stick to the light, and you'll find a ladder that will take you right up to the Prophet straight away. Do give him my best. Best of luck. Do check in now and again, won't you? Well, there's not much to tell, is there? It's the same old pish-tosh, gallant knight, epic quests, rescued maidens. I came to this land when my head was quite unceremoniously separated from my body. Bad luck that, but you make the best of things.
Brave, brave Sir Gallant.
Oh, quite a long time. In fact, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if I was the oldest of the Soul Shriven. Of those who didn't go feral, that is. I know every tunnel and path, every nook and cranny. The others look up to me, I suppose. Ah, Lyris, girl's as mad as sheer Gorus jammies. Heart's in the right place, I suppose. Says she's got to rescue the Prophet to save us all from eternal torment. How an old blind man could do that is quite beyond me. An imperial gentleman. Apparently he was once a powerful mage, but the years haven't been kind. Lyris says he knows of a path back to Tamriel. I rather think that if one existed, I'd have found it by now. I hadn't actually given it much thought. Anything's possible, I suppose. Truth is, I've been here so long, this place feels like home. But a good uprising now and again is a pleasant diversion, so where's the harm, eh?
Yes, definitely a good uprising. So yeah, if you haven't figured it out by now, he's been in Monty Python, he's been in a few of the James Bonds. He was Q there for a while, back in the Pierce Brosnan days. Yeah. So now we get into more baddies, more looting, more mazes things, and stuff. So yeah, pretty good so far. I don't know, you guys still with me? Anybody bugged out yet? By the way, she's kind of dumb. She likes to walk on those things and just stand there, but she's got a healing spell of her own, So, you know. So I'm kind of wondering if the looting is by account, not by character. Because your loot is saved in a bank that's character or account shared. So all of your characters can share the loot. And I did go through this and loot every single container, I think. And they all appear to be empty. So that's interesting. Huh. Alright, well, let's just go to the exit then. If I can find it. This way? Possibly. Give me your loot. Hello, spikes. Just go around that one. Huh, yeah, all this stuff has been looted. That sucks. I wanted loot. I like loot.
The Prophet's cage should be just ahead.
Yeah,
Quickly
they're all
now, we
looted.
haven't much time.
Lame. Alright. So, here's the Prophet dude. What's up, Prophet?
All right. The good news is we made it here in one piece, and the Prophet looks unharmed. Now the bad news. It's going to be up to you to keep him safe and get him back to Tamriel. I'm not going with you. I probably should have mentioned this before, but it never seemed like the right time. There's a trick to opening the cell. The only way for a prisoner to leave is for another living soul to take their place. I need to swap places with the Prophet. Believe me, I wish there was, but I don't see anyone else here with a beating heart, do you? If Molag Bal isn't stopped, he'll destroy everyone and everything we've ever loved. The Prophet chose you for a reason. Get him to safety. I'll be fine. There are magical locking devices on either side of the cage. You need to deactivate both of them so I can begin the transfer. Once it's done, get moving. The Prophet will know where to go, but he'll need your eyes and your protection.
Let's do this! Charge! Alright. No baddies here. You know, simple quest. Supposedly. It is the beta, so things may change. You never know with Bethesda.
I give myself that the Prophet might be free!
Wow. Ta-da!
Thank the divines you are safe. There is that at least. There has sacrificed everything that we might go free. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. I wish that were possible, but I promise you, once we escape Cold Harbor, we will find a way to rescue her together, Vestige.
Dumbledore! Oh, sorry. Woo!
That is the name I have given you. You are but a trace of your former self, a soulless one, an empty vessel that longs to be filled. It is as the scrolls foretold, but not exactly as I imagined. That is what I've come to be called. My true name is lost even to me. Years of torment have taken their toll. Quickly now, we must make haste to the anchor. The anchors are Daedric machines of the darkest magic. Their chains bind our world and pull it towards Cold Harbor. I can use one of these anchors to return us to Tamriel, but you must lead me to it.
And we're off again. Sorry if that made anyone deaf. Yeah. Cannot remember the actor's name. But sounds an awful lot like Dumbledore. Yay, more already looted containers. I wonder if they're just doing that in the beta.
Fight back. How amusing, and yet so very sad.
Ah, shut it. Wonder if they're just doing that in the beta so that, heal me, minion! So that, you know, people aren't just creating a ton of characters. Mini boss. And in. And no loot. Alright.
The Dark Anchor's portal is high above us. I will prepare a spell to lift us to it. But first you must reattune yourself to Nern in order to regain your physical form. To do this, you will need a sky shard. A shard of ethereal magicka that carries the essence of Nern. Some linked into Lorcan, the missing god of creation. If you collect and absorb its power, it should
Looks like his
restore
jaw
your
broke.
corporeal form. I will summon one of these shards for you to absorb. Shard of Aetherius, fall upon us now and anoint us with your blessing. There, quickly, collect the sky shard. It is time. If we are to return to our own realm, we must act quickly. First, you must activate the anchor. I can sense the dark energy emanating from 2 devices on either side of me. Activate both devices. I will begin the ritual that will pry open the jaws of oblivion and allow us to escape.
Why are you yelling all of a sudden?
There is no way to know for sure. In fact, it's extremely unlikely we will both arrive at the same location. Fear not, I will find you again when the time is right. Now go! Activate the devices. Great Akatosh, dragon god of time, your children are lost in the fog between worlds. They cry out for mercy. Hear my voice, Akatosh. I require your strength. Let the way be opened. Let these wandering souls return home. Let the will of Moloch Baal be denied. Hurry! We must go now!
Whee!